Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be doing this video today. I am doing it in collaboration with Janice1 over at That One Happy Teacher, and she is like the nicest person I think I've ever not met but met. She lives in Virginia, so we are unable to like meet up with each other in real life, but we've made a friendship over, you know, social media and stuff like that. She is like the nicest person. She's so genuine. She's so just like caring and sweet, and she looks super cute every single day. So when she asked me if I wanted to do like a makeup routine with her, I was like, yes please, because you always look super cute. So if you haven't checked out her video yet, make sure you go over there and check out her video. Make sure you tell her I sent you, and make sure you give her a give her a subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to her as well. I'm going to be doing my everyday teacher makeup routine. This is the way I look basically every single day, and you'll notice in the video I like probably don't use products completely correct. Like, I don't know, I'm not a makeup artist. Everything I know I've learned from YouTube over like the past years watching makeup videos and random stuff, so I probably don't use everything correctly, but bear with me. This is the way I do it, and this is the way that works best for me. So if you're interested in how I do my makeup on a daily basis, then just keep watching. Okay, so starting off, I go ahead and wash my face beforehand. I just use a basic cleanser. I don't do anything special really in the mornings. I just wash my face, and then I will put some moisturizer on. And before that, I use a toner from Mario Badescu. I believe it's called Caraplast, something like that. It's in the bathroom, but I don't want to grab it because that's not what this is about. So I will first start off with some concealer. So I haven't been huge into concealer like in the past, but for whatever reason lately I've really been into concealer because I realized like how much it really changes the look of your makeup when you put it underneath your eyes. So I've just been using this Kokie brand Be Bright Illuminating Concealer, and I got this in an Ipsy bag, which is something you will probably notice a lot in this video. Is I have a lot of stuff from Ipsy that I've had. I just get a new bag every single month, and so I have a lot of just like sample products because I use all that up before I buy anything new. So I will just put this, and I have a mirror like right here, so if I can see, so that's why I'm like looking down. I will put this on my under eyes, and then just take my like ring finger or my middle finger, and then just pat it in. Nothing like too special, I don't know. So even though I don't struggle with like dark circles under my eyes or anything, it's not something I have to worry about. I do just think the brightening concealer just helps a lot, just to make you like look a lot more awake. So it looks kind of crazy right now, but I promise it'll come together. And then I will do a little bit of this concealer on my upper lip as well. I do have a lot of sun damage there, just like dark spots. And then everywhere else I'll just put like a skin colored, or like, no, a normal color concealer, not one that's like all bright. But since this area is dark and I'm trying to lighten it with other products, I just use this. And then I will take a regular concealer. Now this is only if I have spots that I feel like need to be covered. So I have like a little bit of scarring right here, just like red spots from past breakouts, and so I'll put a little bit here, and then I'll probably put a little bit here, and then like just little areas on my face that I feel need a little bit of extra coverage. And I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Medium Custard. Alright, and then I just pat this in as well. I try not to like wipe my products on. I just feel like they, well, more specifically concealer, I just feel like it stays a lot better if you pat it in rather than like wiping it on. And that's it for concealer. So I will then take any one of my foundations. So I have a lot of different ones that I use. this is one of my favorites just because it's so cheap, and I think it does a really, really good job at giving you like a medium coverage and just making your skin look really nice. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. So I probably would have never picked this up, but somebody told me that this was really good, and so I decided to pick it up, and I fell in love with it. It's like $4.50 or something, and you can usually get it on sale, and you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells Wet n Wild. So this is what the bottle looks like. I'm like scraping, there we go. I am like scraping the bottle on this one. I don't want to buy a new one because this one already kind of doesn't match me all the way because it is summertime, but I know the second I go back to school, like, I'm gonna lose my tan because I won't be in the sun as much. So I'm trying to wait to buy another one, and plus it's summer, and so a lot of times I haven't been using foundation or use like a tinted moisturizer or something like that, so I just haven't bought a new one yet. But I just take it, it's on this like little plastic spatula thing, and I will just like put it all over, and then take a brush and blend it all in. Normally it does not take this long, but because this bottle is so empty, I'm barely getting like any product, so we're working with it. Okay, I use a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to blend it all in. I go back and forth between this brush and a like beauty blender, but I do like the way this foundation looks with the brush versus the beauty blender better. So I just mix it all in, and then I will do my forehead and it'll be done. Okay, so all my foundation is mixed in, and as you might be able to tell, my face is definitely a lot lighter than like the rest of my body. So what I will do is I will just take a shimmery bronzer. Sometimes I like mix foundations, but I'm being lazy today. So I'm just going to use a shimmery bronzer. This is just one from Essence. I don't even think they sell this anymore. And then I take a big fluffy brush. So I do this all year round, even if my foundation does match my face, because I do think it gives you a good like color. But right now I do it more because this is just too light. So I just take it on the big fluffy brush, and then I will just do it all on like the outskirts of my face just to kind of warm it up and give it some color. I just think it makes your foundation look a little bit more natural, because nobody's face is just like one color, I feel. So which foundation will do. And then I make sure to run it down my neck a lot, because I just feel like it helps to one, kind of give me a little bit more like depth, I guess, to my neckline, and then two, because I just want to make sure my neck is all blended in. There's nothing worse than having like a makeup line on your face. Am I right, or am I right? And one last thing I do during this, not necessarily just during summer, but during anytime that it's hot. So I live in California, and it gets really, really hot here, and it's very sunny most of the time. I think out of 365 days, it's probably sunny like 350 of them. So I will put on a SPF. And so this is one that I really like to use because one, it's a good SPF, it's SPF 30, two, I can reapply it throughout the day, and then three, during this time of the year when my foundation might be too light, then it also helps to like darken it a little bit. So this is a mineral brush on bronzer sunscreen. So it's basically just a bronzer, and it's a powder, and it is a sunscreen as well. So it is from the brand Peter Thomas Roth. This thing has lasted me for like a long time, and I don't even know like how much is still in here. It feels like there's a lot. I don't know. I can't tell. So I just shake it up, and then I will put it, it already has the brush, so. And then like I said, like I can reapply this just because it's a powder, and I'm not worried about like wiping sunscreen on my face or anything. I'm sure it doesn't give you the best coverage like a sunscreen would, but I do think it like helps. So, It's not like on days when I'm going to be just out in the sun completely, but it's just like school days where I'm, you know, walking to and from the playground or like going to pick up, stuff like that. So next thing is I'm going to take, this thing is a mess, the Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced. This is a matte bronzer, and I take a small setting brush from Real Techniques. This is not made for contouring, but I think it works perfect at contouring because it's like the perfect size. So I just take this, I kind of like wipe it into my thing, my hollows in my cheeks, and then I will blend it out. So I don't do anything like too crazy with contouring. I just like a little bit, just enough. And then do the other side. And then I'll do a little teeny tiny bit on my nose. And that's all for contour. And then for blush, I change my blushes up all the time, but the one I'm going to use today is also from Ipsy, so it's a small one. It is the Amazonian Clay Blush in Feisty, so it looks like this. It's pretty like natural on the skin, so I do like it. And then I just use a really old e.l.f. blush brush. This thing was like $1 and it's been a champ. And then I take my blush all the way from the apples of my cheeks all the way out. I just feel like it looks a lot more natural that way than just having it like right in one area. And then the last thing I do for my face is a little bit of highlighter. So I have a lot of different highlighters that I use. The one I'm going to use today is my Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. This is the Jocelyn Hill one that she did a few years ago. And then I just take another blush, that is so hard to say, blush brush from e.l.f. This is just a different shaped one. It's more of like a flat one. And then I just pat it like a little tiny bit and then just kind of put it on the top part of my cheekbone. And then I also will do it down the bridge of my nose, and then sometimes I'll do it like a little bit up here. Okay, so that is it for my face makeup. So for my eyes, I do pretty much the same thing every single day. I change up like the products that I use, but I do like the same look. So I like to do a matte brown in my crease, and then I do a little bit of a shimmery color on my lid. If I'm in a hurry, I just do the matte brown in my crease and I call it good. Or if I'm in a hurry, I'll just do shimmery all over the lid and I call it good. So either way, just to take out like one of the steps, it kind of depends on like the day. If it's summertime and I'm like I wouldn't be going to the pool and wearing makeup. If it's summertime, I'll probably go for like the shimmery color. If it's wintertime, I'd probably go for more just like the matte brown in the crease, if that makes sense. So today I'm going to be using my, this thing is like holding my mirror up so I can see it. I'm going to be using my Naked 3 palette. I love this thing. I just think the colors suit my skin very well. So I'm going to be using this double-ended Luxie brush. I got this in an Ipsy as well. This is a flat shader and this is a blending brush, and I'm going to use the color Nooner. It is like a cool toned matte brown. It almost has like a purpley appearance to it, like a purpley look. I'm gonna like not tilt this because a bunch of eyeshadows want to fall out, but it is this color right here. So it's just like a matte brown, but it has like almost like a purple hue to it. And then I just blend it. I don't put any like eyeshadow base or anything like that on. I just go for it. I don't know. I don't feel like it makes the biggest difference in the world. Does my makeup look amazing by the end of the day? Probably not, but it is what it is. And then I'm going to take Trick, which is like a goldish, rosy gold kind of color. And then I'm actually going to take my finger and pat this on the lid. I'm telling you guys, like, it is like the easiest thing ever. And then I take the brush again and just barely get like a little tiny bit, and then just blend it one more time just to make sure that there's no like harsh crease with the other color, and then that's it. And then I will just take my, like a clean finger, and I will kind of wipe where my eyebrows are. Instead of doing a like highlight or anything, I just kind of wipe off and make sure there's no eyeshadow there. I don't really feel the need to put highlighter there just because, I don't know, I think it looks fine without it. And then for my eyeliner, I do not use like regular eyeliner. I used to always use an eyeliner, but it's really hard to get off. So just being lazy, I just use eyeshadow, like a black eyeshadow, and it works just the same. And I think it looks a little tiny bit more natural. It's not so harsh, and it's really easy to get off at night. So I'm going to be using my Naked Basics palette. This is the Naked Basics 1, and it's just the black shadow in there, and I just put on my crease, or on my upper lash line, and then I'll put mascara, and then I am done. I also like using the eyeshadow over a normal eyeliner because I cannot do eyeliner without pulling at my eye, and I know that's really, really bad for like wrinkles later on in life, and I'm like a freak about getting wrinkles, so I don't have to do that. I can just do it with my eye like normal. That's kind of another reason why I prefer to do it that way. And then I just realized I never did my eyebrows, so for my eyebrows I just take a matte brown shadow. I'm not picky about which one. I just kind of make sure it like sort of matches the vibe with my hair. And so the one I've been using lately is from this Smashbox Full Exposure like little itty bitty palette, and it's just the color down here in the corner. I use an eyebrow brush from Real Techniques. I just barely like fill in a little tiny bit. I have a pretty good shape to my eyebrows already, so I don't do much to them. I just kind of fill it in so it's a little bit more bold, I guess, and it doesn't look like sparse at all. And that's it. And then the last thing I do, like I said, was just mascara. So I'm gonna put my mascara on. I need a little mirror close to my face for this. Alright, so that is the finished look. This is the look I wear pretty much every day to school or even outside of school. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already checked out Janice's channel and her video, make sure you go over there. I'm going to have it linked in the cards. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere out there. So make sure you check her out because she is awesome, and I think you'll love her as well. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated on my future videos and join our little family. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, make sure you follow me over there as well. And I think that's it. So I will catch you guys in my next video.